Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the 7hz Aero. This is a $15 single dynamic driver model, so it's on the affordable side. Obviously mine's the white one. Attached cables, which obviously we'll see what that's like. And yet as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this out to me, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And yeah, another budget set. It's only priced a little bit cheaper than the Zero 2, the Soundlight Zero 2. So yeah, let's just get into it. So that's what we get. Mine is the white version. I think there's a couple of different ones, or well, white and blue. Dynamic driver. It says specs. Looks relatively 9.2mm driver. 27, I guess that's the impedance. 104 decibels sensitivity. 5 to 20,000 hertz, which is enough for something that's about $15. Let's have a look. Again, this is they've tried to keep the costs down as much as possible. So some tips here, 4 there. I guess there's 2 on there. Yeah, let's just get one out. Just get this. Okay. Very simple design. Attached cable, which is good and bad. Love to see what it's like when I get to try it. Obviously I'll pull that out in a bit. It's a straight 3.5 cell notes, as you can see there. And yeah, not quite sure what these are like. Hopefully they got decent tuning, because for this price range it has to be pretty good, because it's such a competitive market, you know, in the 10 to 20 to $30 mark. So yeah, let's see what these are like. I guess it's cabled down from what they look like. I don't know if it's cable up, but actually I'll have to see how you're meant to wear these. And yeah, so I'll spend some time with it as usual, see if what these are like. I want to see what the comfort is like on these, because it's a different shape. And yeah, I'll see you soon. So welcome to my review section of the 7hz Aero. So as you can see now, it looks like with the cable, you can see there's a lot of kinks, little things in the cable, because obviously how it was, you know, wrapped up basically. But anyway, this is what it looks like. Straight 3.5. Basically this cable all the way to the end. So Y split with Aero chin slider, which is fairly loose. And obviously this is what it looks like at the top. So yeah, that's what it looks like at the top. Now if you look in the inside, oops, if they come to see there they are. So they want you to wear this over here. So this is the right unit. Obviously you're facing that way. So that's what it looked like. Again, negative attached cable. But again, KZ do models this kind of price with a detachable cable. So just bear that in mind. And then that's what it looked like. Obviously mine's the white and blue one, which looks fine. I think there's a black version. I think there's another colour as well. But this is obviously the sample I've got. So let's talk about power sensitivity. I know issues powering these. It did seem better though if you had a bit more, if you throw a bit more power. So they do scale better with better equipment. Well, kind of more powerful equipment is probably the best way. But you can power them off a phone. But yeah, they seem to scale a bit better, which is a bit odd. I don't know what type of dynamic driver they use, but that's why basically my experience with it anyway. So timbre on this set, I think the timbre on this set is actually pretty good. Actually more than good. I think it's really quite good for what they are. Obviously it's not amazing. It's a $15 IM, but the timbre is good. Technicalities I think was okay for the money. Also, I'll throw in the resolution. I think the resolution on this set as well was, again, quite good for the money. Kind of better than these tend to sound a little bit better than I was expecting for the money. Anyway, isolation on this set I didn't think was that good. But that may or may not make any difference to you, really. Yes, let's get to soundstage and imaging. So soundstage, actually quite good on this set. Imaging was average. So I probably wouldn't try it for like competitive gaming, but yeah, imaging seems okay. Probably be good for casual gaming if that matters to you. And the extension on this set is actually pretty good as well. So sound, so let's bring them up so you can have a look. So as you can see, U-shaped. like a wide U-shape kind of tuning. So more sub-bass emphasis than I'd say of a mid-bass. So they do have some punch to the low end, but because it's a little bit leaner there, it's more sub-bass attack, which is, I was expecting maybe more like a V-shaped sound or something, but it's these aren't like that. So yeah, bass is more sub-bass biased, really, is one way of putting it. Apart from that, quite a clean low end, really. You can see there's some small bleed, but they don't really sound muddy or anything like that. But yeah, bass is actually fine. Again, personally for me, I prefer a bit more of a mid-bass punch, but that's just me. Mid-range, I find quite transparent. See, it's not really boosted at either end of the spectrum. So female vocals on this actually sound realistic. Is probably what I call it as, because it doesn't have that boost. But yeah, transparent, or pretty close to a transparent mid-range. And yeah, quite happy with it, really. Didn't really, it's not groundbreaking, but it's actually okay. So treble, again, pretty good. It has enough detail, has enough resolution there for the details. Good extension as well. The 8K couple is from the couplet, it's just a resonance. The only thing I've noticed probably you can see that 4K or just kind of by 4K. I'm glad that they've pushed that ear gain back to there, so it doesn't really sound as bright. So if that was like at 2K, it'd sound really V-shaped. But because I've pushed it further up, it's not too bad. I didn't really find it fatiguing at all. If you do, you can always EQ it down a bit if you want to. But the treble on this set is, again, a bit better than I expected. Pretty good channel matching for budget IM as well. As you can see, there's a little bit off, but you never ever know that until you graph it. Again, like me, I graphed it after I listened to it. But yeah, treble on the whole is pretty good. On the whole, quite a safe kind of tuning, really. I was quite happy with it. Again, nothing groundbreaking or amazing, but yeah, wasn't a bad tuning overall. And good to see what they've done from a single DD, because obviously 7hz do loads of crazy models. Obviously before this you saw the 7hz 5, and obviously they've done the Aura. Obviously they like the multi-driver setups, but anyway, not a bad set really. So conclusion. So what do I think of these? So let's get the negatives out of the way. 1, detached cable. 2, isolation, if that matters to you. And 3, it's really bare bones for what you get. You just get this, small tips and large tips, and obviously comes with mediums already applied. And that's it. If that matters to you. Oh yeah, one thing I think I forgot to mention before I put this in here as a positive is the comfort. The comfort and the fit on these is really, really good. And yeah, so tuning overall is pretty good. I like the fit. The attached cable doesn't make no difference to me. I think it's absolutely fine, really. But if something breaks, then it is a problem. But yeah, so negatives are attached cable. Not many accessories at all, and probably lack of isolation. But overall, positives are it's cheap. It sounds more expensive than it is. It doesn't sound like a $15 IM, sounds more. Yeah, build quality is fine. Comfort is really good. Overall tuning is pretty good. Yeah, I think for $15 it's a pretty safe set, and I think it'd be a good daily beta to use. And I think that's pretty much it. So I don't think I missed anything. So yeah, if you think I've missed anything or want to know more, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care, and see you in the next video.